Hey, we're streaming on YouTube. What's up, peeps?
Is it live already? Oh,
Yeah, girl, you don't see that little
oh,
red dot in the corner?
I'm on another screen and it's like loading.
Oh, well,
Oh, but I just got my notification.
I mean, I'm over here acting like we are live because I believe we are. Hey, guys, we're new to this streaming live thing. So please give us some grace as we get it together, okay? Because we're not techies, but we're doing the best we can.
I was like, do you guys need my help?
Oh, wait, it's not on there, Marisa. Are you in the right account? Streaming live? There's nothing streaming on my music.
Definitely streaming. See?
Oh, it is. You right.
I ain't that untechnical savvy.
Just me.
What?
Oh, just me then. Got it. Okay. Hello, happy what is this? What's today? October 28th.
October 28th. Oh, we're already in November.
We're at the end of October. Can't believe it. We're at the end of October, y'all.
I know. Into a whole new year. Basically, it's like a new year.
Yep. I'm wearing these ears because I got them from my job for something that we had to shoot. Because I've never celebrated Halloween like that. So this is as much dress up as y'all gonna see.
Were you allowed to?
Touch your dress up growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, girl, but I had to be like all the like positive stuff, like Mary, an angel.
You said Mary?
Martha.
Did you say Mary?
Yeah, I can be stuff from the Bible.
Oh, Mary. You said Mary? I thought you said married. I was like,
no,
what?
Mary and Martha, girl, Bible stuff. You can't, because I had to go to Harvest Festival or Hallelujah Night instead of Halloween trick-or-treating growing up. And you can't wear no ghosts, goblins, witches, zombies to church. So you had to be like a shepherd.
I'm sorry.
Or don't dress up at all. So most of the time, I was like, I got to be this. So I would just not dress up at all. I would just go for the candy and the games because it was lit. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. But I'm not about to dress up. I think the only thing I dressed up as a kid was like a Care Bear when I was like 4. Because they had something at my school and my parents like let me wear that as a costume. But other than that, I never had a costume growing up. When I went to college, there was like a Halloween party. That was like my first for real Halloween party. I was like, yeah. And me and my friends went as like Destiny's Child. You said what?
Like a naughty Halloween.
We went as Destiny's Child, but it was so many of us. We had to include the ex members of Destiny's Child. So I think I was like Latavia or something. It was like it's gonna be everybody that was ever in Destiny's Child because there's so many of us.
That's funny. We need to see that picture.
Girl, I don't even know if that picture exists. We all wore like the same colored top, but like a different like somebody's was like one shoulder, somebody's just different type of the same color top.
Yeah. That's funny.
Did you ever dress up for Halloween?
Yeah, that's funny you say that because I can vividly think of this photo. It's probably somewhere too. My mom used to do really great makeup. And I was it's so weird now. I was this witch with with blood coming out of my mouth. And then my sister was like an angel and my brother was something peaceful too. And I'm just like, I was just this gory thing.
That's so funny. That's how your mama saw you. Oh, you the bad one. Come here.
And then yeah, I guess we did. But then as I got older, I was just like, whatever. Like somebody asked, or no, it was our social media people who asked us for pictures. I was just like, my kids just be throwing on. Halo been just throwing on anything. When Halloween comes, someone be like, "Oh, the community's having an event." I'll be like, I think last year she put on her birthday costume. I was like,
I'm saying she has enough like dress up stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. But I'm
no
the last person to think about anything.
Do you take them trick or treating, or do they do anything?
So last year was COVID,
Oh, true.
And so I remember the neighborhood was just super festive. Like we were doing so much stuff in general. Mm-hmm. So I think someone transformed their whole garage, and then people were just making like treat bags for the kids. So we took them outside to like our community, but it was nothing. And then I threw away all the candy because you can't. It was literally like that was it.
No,
I
but
eat
that's
any of it. So
so I'm like contemplating what to do because this year is like MNAB is 3. This is the first year. Last year was COVID, and then the year we went to like a church thing down the street from our house, and just got some candy that I ate. And his first year, he didn't do. My friend's son's birthday is, I think, like on Halloween, so she had a birthday party for him. So I got him a costume for that.
Yeah.
But we didn't do like trick or treat. So this is the first year I'm considering it because we moved to a new neighborhood. And child, the neighborhood we live in,
what?
These people get in their golf carts as a group.
Oh.
I was like, oh, we don't have a golf cart. So
a golf cart to do what?
To go to the other side, because I didn't realize this. There's like 1,000 homes in my subdivision. It is big. I didn't know it was that big. And they drive to the other side of the subdivision because it's more, they said it's flatter land. It's easier for kids to walk and they have the best candy. So then they just drive their golf carts over there and let the kids go trick or treating. And so the neighbor, like, they keep inviting us to stuff because I guess they're like, oh, the young Black couple, like everybody wants to like hang out with us.
We need to be inclusive.
I know. So I was like, I felt bad because I keep turning them down for like every holiday because they'd be like, come over for July 4th. But we don't ever be home. We be doing stuff with our family. So, so I feel bad. So I kind of feel like, should we go?
You're going to buy a golf cart? Or?
No. I'm about to just drive my car.
Get in the Ferrari?
Girl, I'm going to get in my vehicle and drive it following this parade of golf. I don't even know if we're gonna go because MNAB's 3 and they said they gotta go, they go when it gets dark. I was like, he be in the bed when it get dark. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I know we're having like the taco catering person. I think they're getting a jump house for the kids.
Oh, for the community?
Yeah.
Community, okay.
We don't got no golf courses, okay? We live in the hood.
Get no, your community is you live in a gated community. Let's be real.
I do live in a gated community.
You do.
So
I be trying to follow cars into your community. Y'all gate is slow, okay?
Oh, did I tell you a story about that?
No.
We're gonna have to advance and like pull things on the screen because I really wish I could show this. So one of my kids took off the remote to get it to my gate, and so I had no remote. So I was going to reverse to call myself at the call box. And then someone pulled in. So I just skirted on in. This woman stopped at the gate, like blocked me with my car. And I didn't even think anything. I was like, oh, she must have stopped. And I just rode around. And then she like stuck her head out the window. Excuse me, who are you here to see? And I was like, excuse me? I had my kids in the car. She's like, who are you here to visit?
Myself at my home. That's right.
Like, I've been lived here. I was the first person like to move in. She's like, I didn't even give her a chance to talk. Then we have like a Facebook group, and I went in there and I was like, it seems that some people don't know who I am. And Terrell's the president of HOA, okay? I was like, people don't even know who I am. So I just want to introduce myself to those who don't, because I was stopped at my gate this morning with my kids, and and then everybody.
But was she wrong though? Because what if you were?
Yes, because we told people don't be doing that. You can't just be. If that was some of the other people's real guests, oh, trust me, it would.
But think about it, Marie said, y'all do live in the hood. Y'all live in a nice community that is the hood outside of those gates.
Well, you have to be mindful because this group of people is always mad when somebody pops off on them. So I would just be really mindful of who you ask this to. I got my kids in the car. Okay. I'm like, get out of my way. I live here. What are you talking about?
Wait, what was her ethnicity?
Asian.
Oh, she's just being cautious.
No, she needs to keep on rolling with her little dog.
You could have been a little hoodlum. You hoodlum Black woman.
That's my point. Okay. And it was funny because, a lot of people know me in here. And so they were like commenting under the post, like cracking up. People were texting me like, you are stupid. I was just like, I am spitting out my water right now. I was like, I'm sorry. Okay. I don't care. I know I'm passive aggressive. She needs to know. Okay, go click on my little profile photo and go put my name in the Google. You better leave me alone.
Oh, that is funny. She was just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
No, I mean, hey, look, man, you got to protect yourself. I get why she would do that, but at the same time, you're right. You don't talk to people. You don't know who is what.
You don't.
You could have been an aggressive person with a gun.
Yeah,
and like, I'm sorry, what did you say to me, man?
A lot of people were saying if they would have said that to my guests, like, because a lot of people's family live around this area, and they're not going to be as nice to someone so, and then you're going to be mad when somebody cusses you out.
Yeah.
So I guess you just got to pick your poison, whichever one you want to be the protector of the community. And
you could get a ring device on your house if you concerned about who's in your community.
Right. You want to be
get a camera.
Right. Official, the honorary policeman. We pay for security. So I don't know. Maybe she's on the payroll. But
hey, shout out to Vibes with Soul. Who's that? Jay, our social media dude. What up, Jay? Icy Mo back in the building. Jasmine B. Hey, girl. How y'all doing today? Glad y'all could join us for Mommy Needs a Break Live. So what are you doing this upcoming weekend?
Me and Troy are trying to go on a date. I'm trying to see if we can get a girl. I gotta tell you this story. I have another story. I have a story to every question you have because I haven't talked to you. So we tried out a babysitter. Maybe she'll watch this. I don't know. And I've been talking to her for months and like on the phone, whatever. So we tried her out last week and everything seemed fine. We went on a date and she, I checked in. She gave me a long list. When we came home, she told me, what the girls did. She was just like, oh, it's so cute. They have all black Barbies. Like we were just chatting it up. Okay, bye, girl. And so the next week, like I messaged her and she didn't respond. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I messaged her again and didn't respond. That was weird. And then I realized my messages were green and I was like, oh, that's weird. So I messaged her on Urban Sitter and I saw she was active and she didn't respond to me. And her calendar was completely like empty.
What?
And so I have 2 Urban Sitters accounts because I remember I got locked out of my first one with Halo. So I went into that to just check. I was like, wait, this is weird. Her calendar was completely completely open. So she blocked me.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like,
did you pay her?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm trying to go through the list of stuff that you could have did wrong to make her do that.
No, yeah, I paid her.
You paid her the right amount?
Yes. It deducts it from the app.
Oh, that's true. I have used that app.
Yeah, and so I was so confused. I was like, I thought we were cool. Like I thought, like, were my kids that bad? I'm just so confused on what happened. So, anyways, I gotta get a babysitter. But
that is so funny. It's like, my kids that bad. Your kids are not that, and they're especially not bad to other people. Now to y'all, it's acting a mess. But most kids,
so offended. I'm offended and confused. Like,
what if she accidentally blocked you?
Girl, no, she did not do that. She did not accidentally do nothing because I looked at the Urban Sitter and it was like, how do I block a family? And you got to go in and like block a family. So they cannot
blocked. Like you can't, like that account that you were originally talking to her from is like you can't see nothing.
I can't see her calendar. Like her calendar shows no availability, basically. And when I went onto my other account, she has full availability. So I was like, oh, she blocked me. And then on my text messaging, she blocked my phone number. Girl, there was no interactions. It was just like, hi.
That is so funny. What happened?
And I would analyze like, oh, maybe it was that. Maybe because I said that. There was no communication like that. It was just literally like, hey, just checking in, like big check-in when we came home on time. It's like, oh, they were good. Like, da-da-da. I was like,
that's
okay,
so
thank
weird.
you so much. Bye.
How many check-ins did you do?
1, because it wasn't that long. It was like, and I stayed an hour. The booking was 6 to 11. I probably left at like 7 because I was still getting dressed. I didn't want to just jet out because she was a new person.
Yeah.
So, I just stayed around a little bit and Terrell talked to her. It was nothing. There was nothing. It was nothing at all.
That is weird. Oh my gosh.
So this weekend, hopefully find a babysitter, go on a date and chill. Last weekend was a lot. I'm burned out. So I just need to calm my ass down a little bit.
We're going to, so the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. We're going to the World Series game tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Game 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
cool.
we've never been to. The last time I've been to a professional baseball game was like 15 years ago. So I was like, we had the opportunity to get some tickets, and so I was like, oh yeah, let's take it. So we're getting. I mean, our oldest son is going to be our babysitter. He's our default babysitter.
Oh,
you don't have a choice.
that's good. That's good. Oh, Jasmine B said maybe jealousy.
Oh my gosh, Jasmine, that's actually a good point. But girl, why would you be jealous if somebody's paying you money? You like.
I didn't even think jealousy did not come in my head whatsoever.
But like
I have been running, and I asked Terrell because Terrell's like the more rational person, and he's just like, maybe they were having too much. Maybe what did he say? Maybe they were having too much fun for her. I don't know what he said. He said something goofy.
But they're not. But your girls are not like that crazy to where it'd be like, I am never watching these children again. They're not.
Yeah, I mean, unless it were for her, but she's like one of those high rated babysitters.
Right, which I'm saying, I'm sure there were worse kids she's ever worked for. They cannot have been the worst family for her to be like, I am never watching these kids again.
Yeah,
they're not that bad. I've watched your kids. They are not that bad. Halo is a lot, but she's not enough to be like, okay, I'm never watching you again.
it's so weird. Like, I really wish I could ask her. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be creepy, like go on her LinkedIn or like but it's just like so weird to me. I'm just like, girl, is something happening?
Can't they rate you on Urban Sitter?
I don't know.
I feel like if there's a way they can rate you can see. Maybe I'm mixing that up with a different app,
Yeah, I don't think on Urban Sitter, but I'm just like, I need to know what happened. Like, what happened? I thought we was cool. I thought this was about to be my new babysitter.
Right.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Back to the drawing board. I had to go. I had a rotation of like 3 on Urban Sitter before our oldest moved back to the city with us.
Yeah.
And then I had ranked them because it was like, oh, she okay, but she's a little annoying. One of them will go to sleep. Sorry, when Mab went to sleep, when he took it. So I was like, I can't be mad at that because he's asleep. But I was like, as long as you wake up when you hear a movement, I guess I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Was it late?
No, it was like 10, 11, maybe 12.
That's her bedtime.
I guess, well, she was like a full-time like nanny, like so during the day.
Oh, okay. Well, she can sleep, right?
She said she would take a nap when the kids slept at her regular nanny job. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. I would just stay awake. I don't know. Whenever I used to babysit, I would just be like, because you don't know what's gonna happen. So
Jasmine B said, or maybe she found out that you had a podcast and didn't want you to talk about her on throwing out guesses.
Well, she got talked about anyway. Thanks, Jasmine. You got some really good suggestions.
Maybe. I don't know what people be thinking about. I hope she watches this because she's a lawyer, so I hope she's a
lawyer.
Yeah.
Why is she watching kids?
Because I think she was doing it in school during school. And see, this is probably why she didn't want to watch my kids. You might be right. And then when she finished, she just does it now on the side, like on the weekend, like late. She only does like evenings on Saturday, Sunday, Friday type of thing.
But you are an attorney. You ain't got time for all that. So what's up with your attorney job?
I don't know, bro. I was just so confused. I was sad. I was like, dang, just gonna leave us like this? Just leave me. You just went in and blocked me? Like, for why?
You're on board, girl.
Whatever.
What did you do last week then that you guys had needed a babysitter?
So first we had we didn't have a babysitter that. We had a fitness event. It was really great. It was a big community fitness event. Then we went to Insecure Fest. Did anyone watch Insecure?
I did. I didn't finish the whole episode yet, but
you did it?
I couldn't now, girl. I had too much to do, so I had to I'm gonna get back to the last half of it.
Oh my!
It looked like so much like stuff like that makes me miss LA.
girl. That's what I was telling Terrell when we were leaving. I was like, it's stuff like this to where when I complain about living here, it's like, oh, but I would have so much FOMO if I didn't live here. And I was just like, what? I want to go, that we would have been there. This was like Black, just magical land. It just felt, it's like everybody that you see, you know, in the industry or people, you know, you work with or you've worked with or you see online that you think, you know, it was just every Black person in one space. And it's like, hey girl, hey, how are you?
All of my friends were there. I saw everybody's stories. I was like, ah.
Literally, Terrell, I forget he's a South Central boy. So it was like all his homies. I'm like, and he took this picture with, like, there was this girl who's talking to him and this other guy. And I was like, you know her? It's like Issa's bridesmaids. I was like, you know her? Like, what? And it was just, but all in all, and it was just Black vendors, Black food, Black drinks. It was like performances.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful, I woke up so happy. I woke up like, can we do that every day?
It looked like so much fun.
It
like,
was
so great.
So much fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time.
I know you was out there dancing. I was like, look at this girl. Okay, I see you. You was getting it. You and Terrell. Getting it. That was like fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And it was, and Issa is like all you think she is. You know what I mean? Like we've worked with, our businesses worked with her, and a lot of people there probably have worked with her in some capacity, or whether it be on set or business, professional, whatever. But she just does what she says she's gonna do. Like she wants to create these Black collective groups and experiences, and she does that so beautifully. It's like, and she be out there having the time of her life.
I really love her. You know what? And I remember back in the day when she used to, before all of this happened, and she was just making the Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. Mm-hmm. That like literally, that was probably one of the first show. And I remember I moved to LA. I was broke, and that show, she ended up doing like releasing it weekly on like Tuesdays or Thursdays. And I think you had to pay. And I was like, I don't care. I will pay for this show. It is that good. I love it. And anything else she does, I will be a part of. And so like she amassed this huge following because the show is really good. If you've never seen the series Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl, please go watch it. I'm sure it's still on the internets and the interwebs. It is so funny. And it's like, it's just really good writing, really, like everything is really good about it. And it's just like, so if you can, and once I saw that, I was like, okay, this girl got it. I don't know what she wants to do, but she got it. Like she wrote everything. She acted in it. I think she directed, like she just did everything. I mean, when you're broke, you got to, right? So she got really good at all of that. And like, so when she got the deal with HBO to do her shows, I was like, oh my gosh, whatever they buying from you, girl, I'm watching. Okay. Cause I know your work ethic and you put out a really good product. So I'm really like happy to see where she is. And even though there was some drama with Insecure Fest and the show.
Oh Lord. Yes. That's funny because we were all like, they premiered it there. So we all watched it together and everybody was just so excited. And it was just like, man, she is, because I would assume that we were all roughly around the same age if we were there.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Like 30s.
And I was like, damn, like she really be hitting home on the experiences, the music, like all of us were just like, you know, like high school, college days, or actually college days. So everybody was so grateful that night. So the next morning to see everybody in the real world trip it out.
And what happens for some people who don't know?
So Amanda Seales, who plays Tiffany, was it Tiffany Dubois? What's her name?
Yeah, on the show. Yeah.
She's been an AKA. Her character has been, I think her and Molly are AKAs.
Yeah, in the show.
Yeah. Since season 1 or 2, maybe. And she was wearing at the reunion, their college reunion or whatever that was happening, pink and green. What she was wearing, their crests, their letters.
Yeah. Yeah, she was actually wearing an AKA jacket.
Yeah. And so I know there was like an AKA who added Issa, and then
like, was like, why she got on these letters? She didn't go through nothing. She's not a real AKA. She don't need to be wearing that.
And then Issa was like, oh, hold up, let me go. She was like, hold up, let me go tell HBO to cut out the next scene for next week or something hilarious. And then the next day, it was the awkward Black Girl series. It was the Halloween series episode actually, and they were like locked in the office, and she had some AKA stepping. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
And so she reposted that, and she was like, "Ain't shit changed," and everybody was just like, "Issa's trolling."
They were real AKAs.
I don't know. Maybe they're real AKAs.
But I mean, I think the whole thing is, so for people who are not Greek, because I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority incorporated, and so basically, here's the thing: nobody is supposed to wear your letters if they have not gone through and understood what those letters stand for. Okay, there's a whole tradition behind it. However, this is a fictional TV show. It's not like Amanda Seales was wearing the AKA jacket walking around LA like, hey y'all, hey Amanda. That's the problem. Yeah. Tiffany Dubois, who is not a real person in real life, is an AKA that crossed AKA at Stanford. So technically, she is a member of AKA. It's just in this film non-existent world where she's so like, girl, you should be like congratulating her, like, hey, that's my soror. Okay, she pledged to Stanford.
Right. And it's funny because so Terrell knows like all. Me and Terrell went to San Jose State, which is up the road from Stanford. So like all Issa's friends, all the people that were with her that night, so I was like, oh, those are all AKA. Like Terrell knows them because Terrell's alpha. So they're like her best friend. They're all AKAs.
Yeah.
And so they were all in the audience watching this episode. There was no problem. It was like,
because I think people understand like, oh, it's fake. It's not, this is not real. Like, but in this show, she did pledge AKA. She did go through what you went through. She does know your history in the show. So for people to be like, she did wear that. It's like, I get why she would say that, but I'm like, but it's not a real person, y'all. Like, but you know, in some, just to avoid, and I'm sure she had to clear it with Alpha Kappa Alpha because.
So to that, somebody posted an email from the organization, like it's been brought to our attention that our letters have been worn in the Insecure series unauthorized. Please refrain from talking to anybody on social media. We will make sure to handle this. Our letters are sacred. I don't know.
Well, I mean, but it is a brand technically. So you know, if you're not going to use Coca-Cola in your show because it's a brand.
Right.
So to that effect, they are correct. You do have to ask for permission to use somebody's brand, but they're not gonna do nothing to her.
Right.
They'll be like, okay, girl, you know, next time just ask us. That's probably what they're gonna say to her.
Yeah. I'm just like, y'all get mad. What if she would have used a multicultural organization? What if she would have highlighted a white sorority?
Delta Sigma Pi or something.
People would have been hot.
But you know, but see, for the most part, whenever there's like a movie or a show that uses a fraternity or sorority, you're supposed to use a fake one. Like on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they use a fake one. In the movie, like Drumline, I think that one was
Different World used to use real ones, right?
Who? No,
World.
I don't think they did.
I feel like they did. I feel like they used real ones.
But the rules were also different back then. Like you could haze back then. That was legal.
Yeah.
To haze people. You can't do that in this world of fraternities and sororities. So
you can't.
So I think it's like, you know, but just to avoid like copyright, trademark infringement, all that stuff, most times they just make one up. Like what movie was Stomp the Yard or something? They had all of them fraternities and sororities was fake. And there was like 6 of them. But you know,
she bases this loosely on her real life. Like I said, all her friends are AKAs. You know, so
I mean, no, what I think probably would have worked out a little better is if she used a fake sorority and used the colors like pink and purple, and then it would have still registered as, oh, these are the AKAs without having to say that and without having to ruffle any feathers and without having to deal with trademarks and how, you know, because she could have still got away with that, but I ain't mad at it. If she had used Delta Sigma Theta, it would have been the same. My sorority would have said the same thing. Like, hey, you do need permission.
It's funny in the comments, like Delta would never.
Yes, we would.
Delta would never.
Would have said the same thing. Like, hey, girl, just ask us next time. We're not gonna do nothing now, but just ask us, okay? In the future, it's a slap on the wrist. They're not gonna like. You need to take that scene out. We're gonna sue you. They're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
they're not gonna. From black women to black women, they're not gonna do that. None of the sororities would. I don't think.
I hope not, because that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Issa does too much. Okay, everybody at that event was so grateful, so grateful for her. To wake up to that is like, what? Look, that's what be making people not want to do nothing.
right.
I mean, in the big scheme of things, you know what I mean? Like this girl be out here really representing for South LA, like in the most beautiful way, you know.
And she's so blessed for it too, because you know that scene, if you watch the first episode of this new season of Insecure, they shot it on campus at Stanford. So they said they had on Stanford shirts. They were actually allowed to use Stanford's campus, but Stanford has a standing no filming policy at their school because of privacy issues, and they say they have school year round, so they don't want the faculty or the students to feel like, oh, I gotta hide or whatever. So they just have a general policy of not allowing anyone to film on campus. And Issa tweeted and she shouted them out. She was like, thank you, Stanford, for like breaking your policy for us to film on campus. And then Reese Witherspoon, who is who's the star of the movie Legally Blonde, if y'all remember that series from like what, 10, it probably 20 years ago. How old is Legally Blonde? That's been out for a long time. But if you remember, she was an Ivy League, she was an airhead, went to Ivy League school and became a lawyer. Well, they used Harvard because Stanford told them they couldn't film there. Wow. And she was mad because, well, I don't think she was mad. She was just kind of like, oh, like she just added, Issa was like, oh, because they wouldn't let us film Legally Blonde there. And I'm a Stanford alum.
Oh, she is?
She said, I'm a Stanford alum too. They wouldn't even let me film there, so we had to use Harvard.
Wow. I didn't know she was alumni.
That is kind of messed up though. But that was also, like I said, that was like what, 15, 20 years ago when that movie was filmed. So I was like, maybe they made it, maybe they different. They got a different, maybe lax policy, different leadership. They might want to, do things a little different.
Or maybe Issa's just that fire, because she is.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And I also don't think they probably used I feel like the movies in general have a bigger staff, a bigger set, a bigger everything.
Yeah.
And they're there for like at least a month, if not more. So for them to shoot one episode, like it might even been 2 episodes. I don't know what's in the second episode, but just to shoot one episode, I'm sure they were like, look, we just need this amount of time on this day. Like they probably didn't even take up too much time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, shouts out to Issa, okay? And y'all better leave that girl alone.
Shout out to Issa. We're watching
South Central Queen over here. You guys better leave her alone.
Exactly. Let's look at some of the comments here. Icy Mo, a fan of Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. He said it's hilarious. Shout out to White J. Yes, White J. It's a great show.
White J. Oh man. You know who I was super excited to see?
Who?
I'm so goofy. The Crippin' neighbor. What's his name? He's a Crip.
Oh yes. Who says everything with the. Wait, no, is he he's a blood.
He's a blood? Or is he a blood? Oh.
Blood. What are y'all watching on Insecure is, what's his name, a blood? I feel like he's a blood. The one who's like on he was on Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. He was the one who always whispered and he would be like, yeah. And then they would understand what he was saying. And it's so funny. His real name's Tristan Winger. Shout out to Tristan. We've had Tristan on Squadcast a couple times on All Deaf.
Oh, really?
He's just naturally a funny person. So I'm like, I'm happy for him that he Issa really put her friends on. Everybody that I'm sure she was either not paid or underpaid on Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl, she put them all in Insecure. She put her best friend that's like Indian in
I saw her too. Yeah.
She worked at We Got Y'all with her. The white lady that worked at We Got Y'all was also in Misadventures.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody, she brought them all over with her, and that's a sign of a good person. She could have left them, but she was like, "Look, y'all rock with me. I'm sure I didn't pay y'all good."
all the like props and stuff at La Create Space at the end all the people's podcasts and stuff. She gave that to her. She like, "You guys want this?" I was like,
"Oh, that's nice."
All the stuff upstairs was literally hers, and now we just use them for like sets and things like that. She's who she is.
Yeah, she's good people.
She's a gift.
She's good people. Let's switch over to a story that I saw, and it's interesting to me because it has to do with like discipline. Okay. So, excuse me, if you've ever watched Love and Hip Hop, there is a girl on there named Tommy, and Tommy is like in the past has been super toxic. Just fighting everybody, fighting family members, fighting other ones. Like she just has been toxic. In the past few years, she's gotten better. Like she's not as toxic, I guess. She seems to not be. But Tommy has she's always had some issues with her kids. Her daughter is 14 years old, and she said this happened like last week. Tommy went out of town to work. She said she came back home and her Jaguar, the rim was like scuffed up. Really bad. And what happened was her 14-year-old daughter had stole her car while she was out of town and was just like joyriding in it, right? So she put on social media everybody has an issue. This is why I discipline my daughter because of stuff like this. She doesn't have driving experience. She stole my car. This car goes like 0 to 100 really fast, and she could have hurt herself. She damaged my car. So anyway, she was going into the reasons why she like disciplined her child, and some people were like getting on her head about discipline. She didn't explain what kind of discipline.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did she do?
She didn't explain that, but because of her, I guess, like aggressive nature and fighting people in the past, people assume that she beat her daughter. So I was like, let's talk about this, because if you have a 14-year-old who is out of control, well, first of all, that says a lot about your parenting, right? Because kids don't get to 14 years old out of control with great parenting. Let's just be honest, right? They got some kind of filter at that. Even though teenagers be bad, they got some kind of filter, that some kind of fear in them of like, nah, I ain't about to do that. That ain't me. I ain't about to steal my mama car, or I ain't about to, But she explained like this is her second time in public that she's basically gotten into some kind of issue with her daughter. And so I was like, what do you do when your teenager acts out? Because all of us as teenagers have done some bad stuff, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So like, what do you do? We don't have teens, so we don't know the answers to this, but what do you do when your kids do stuff that they're not supposed to do? Like, do you beat them? Do you ground them? Do you what do you do?
I was a bad teenager, but I feel like nothing worked. Like I would get grounded. I'd be like, whatever. I'll get hit. I'd be like, whatever. I was like, I can't wait to get up out here. Like it was just nothing worked. But I feel like it's deeper. It's deeper than just the act itself, I guess. Because I feel like kids do things for a reason. Even with little kids, when we get home sometimes, we start talking to each other, not them, and you could see them start getting wild, like trying to get our attention. And I'm like, oh, you want our attention? Like, hold on, like I said it the other day. I was like, can we talk about this work stuff tomorrow, like while we're working? Because the kids are going off because we're not paying attention to them. And then we pay attention to them. And Halo's like, family hug. Like there's reasons why they do things, and then you get to 14 and it's probably like, oh, maybe it's, oh, my mom's always gone. My mom don't love me. Who knows? I don't know. I don't even know who these people are. But I could imagine that it's deeper than just,
for sure,
than just not like discipline. And the older you get, a hit and a Grounding, probably. I used to sneak out my room. I used to sneak out the house. If I wanted to go somewhere, I was going. You didn't tell me nothing.
I feel like these kids, though, in this day and age, respond to like, okay, no Wi-Fi. And be like, wait, what? Girl, they don't know what to do. Like, it's so funny. Marlon's
No
17-year-old lives with us, and like I never see he be in the room, and I like some days I be knocking on the door like, you alive, you in here, you good. And the only time I see him randomly is if the Wi-Fi is out, and he'll come out of his room and be like, is the internet working? He don't know what to do. So I think this generation, you'd be like, you take their devices or you take the Wi-Fi. They not gonna know what they don't. This is not no sneak out generation. They not trying to go nowhere. They don't have nowhere to go because they just meet up with their friends online.
Not online. Damn.
What do I do? Yeah, no Wi-Fi. I feel like that's what I'm gonna have to do with MNAB. MNAB is like a baby gamer now, girl. He can play. It's so weird. I don't understand.
Look at his daddy.
I know, but like, and I like go back and forth with like, am I okay with him playing these games? Because he's really good at them, and I feel like he does learn. Because some of them are learning games, but now he's trying to go into other games like Roblox, which is like not learning; it's just a regular game. And so now I'm just kind of like, do I let him? Because he's like learning other skills.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I'm always just kind of like going back and forth if I really want him to do this or not. But he's like really good at it. And I feel like he's going to be the type of kid if that iPad dies, girl, he'd just be like, he'd be like, I need to charge it. And I was like, yeah, I'll charge it in a second. But you can go play with toys. And then he'll go play with his toys. And then he'll come and be like, is it charged? And I was like, no, not yet. Need some time.
iPad. I'll be like, this is not good.
You know, but this is the time. So that's why I said I go back and forth. Like, should I let him be on his iPad? Like, what is he? You know, the experts are like, oh, under 2, they're not supposed to have any screen time. I was like, do y'all have any kids under 2? Whoever did.
Right.
Because in this day and age, it is a little bit different. And this I feel like is what the kids like when they get older, this is going to be part of their life, whether it's school, like, you know, they're just in a tech age. It's different from us. So I always go back and forth with like, is it okay? How much screen time is okay? Like what kind of games?
Yeah, my own screen time isn't okay. Okay. I'm saying, what? I can't even manage it myself. Try to manage my kids. I be looking at my screen time average. I feel like,
I know. I be like, why did I what was I looking at this week? I do a weekly fast from social media once a week. I'm starting. Yeah, on Wednesdays. Well, I forgot yesterday, something today, but like just kind of like I'm not allowed to scroll. I'm not allowed to like, you know, because I can get caught in the what is it, the rabbit's hole or whatever. And next thing you know, I've been on there for an hour, like, oh Lord, wasted my life.
It's funny because after like a crazy day, it feels just good to just be mindless. Like I'm just doing mindless stuff. I'm looking at mindless YouTubes. I'm looking at just trash. He'll be like, Mommy, you watching trash? Like, yes, I'm watching trash.
I need to get my life together. So I don't know. I'm just like trying to do, and then for myself too, like, okay, read more. So I started reading again. This is like so new for me. It's so hard to read for me. I don't know why. Yeah, because I guess because of my addiction to social media, that's really what it is. I'll call it what it is. That's probably taken the time away that I could be reading.
That's true. So. You're 100% right. You're 100% right with that. I got so many books. I put the book on my nightstand. I'm like, I'm going to finish this book. I finish them, but it takes me entirely too long to finish a book. Like, do you know how to read anymore? Apparently not.
Right.
Damn. But
let's see, looking at some of the comments, Icy Mo talking about the Tommy's daughter center car. He said, these new kids don't have the proper fear of parents. And I don't mean abuse, I mean discipline and scared. Like, oh no, don't tell my mom or dad, which is true.
Yeah.
Kids don't be, but again, that goes back to how you parent your kids. If your kids know to have like a healthy fear of you, meaning like, I don't want to disappoint my parents. I don't want to I know I'll get in trouble or whatever. Like, that means you never had those boundaries to begin with.
Right.
Of course they're gonna break them.
Yeah, that's true.
I see most of he just finished reading The Alchemist. It was good.
I need to just buy that book.
I have, and you know, I have that. Actually, I have that on my Kindle. I need to just read that because I already paid for it.
I know.
I need to read
books to read. So I'm trying to go on a remote island.
Speaking of which, Marisa, I hate to tell you this.
What?
So I was doing a little research about like traveling internationally if you're unvaccinated, and apparently next year, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like next year, because they're already like starting to tighten up on unvaccinated U.S. citizens coming back to the U.S. Like, for example, starting November 8th, I think I said that last week, right now, anybody coming into the U.S., you have to have a negative COVID test within 3 days of flying, coming back to U.S. They changed the rules, or they're changing the rules in November to vaccinated can keep the 3 days negative COVID test. Unvaccinated, you have to have a negative COVID test within 1 day of flying. So now they're getting a little tighter. I heard next year, if you're unvaccinated, you can't come back to the country. And I was like, no, hold on. I feel like there's some kind of illegal issue there.
Come back to the country.
That's what I was like, because I am like, you can't tell me I can't come. I'm a citizen here, so you're gonna tell me I can't come back. So, but I do agree. I think it's going to get stricter. So I say that to you because I know you're going on an international trip in like February. So just make sure you keep your eye out on like requirements.
Well, shit, it's through a travel agency. They should be telling us.
Girl, but still, do your own research because I know I'm supposed to go to Dubai in December, and I'm still like got my eye on it. Like,
the thing is that is like, y'all, if you tell me I can't come here, I won't be sad. Can my family come? Can you just send my family? Because I don't care.
Right.
When I tell you,
I stay in the country that has like wherever we are going, no matter what country we go to, every single country has less COVID than America. So.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I talk to her all the time, even for the holidays. I mean, this would be another episode, but I'm just like, can we just go somewhere warm? Like, I was watching Imani, the Hood Healer. She was like, y'all, we ain't supposed to be doing this. This is a whole other episode. Actually, I won't bring this up. I'll bring this up closer to the holiday. But it's like, can we go somewhere? Can we just go somewhere hot and warm, eat a nice salad, drink some juice, and lay somewhere by the water and gets hot and sweaty? And just,
I want to go to South Africa so bad.
Go, girl.
I've been watching this show on Netflix about these like high school. It's a drama called Blood and Water. It's like this series about like these private school high school kids in South Africa. First of all, South Africa seems amazing. Okay, it looks like Malibu. It reminds me of like a more diverse Malibu.
Ooh,
it's good because it's on the coast. Like it's beautiful, and the houses. Like it's not what the media has showed us about Africa. South Africa is different. It is a very industrialized city. Now I know there's been some like civil unrest and stuff going on, some terrorism, I think. So probably not right now. Hopefully got better because I haven't followed the story in a while, but I definitely want to go there. It just looks, Blood and Water made me, every time I watch, I'd be like, South Africa and Water. So great.
Okay. Blood and Water. I'll check it out.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've been on here for a good
forever
hour.
Yes.
So yeah.
Thank y'all for joining us, watching us on MNAB Live. We're doing these. We don't have an actual episode airing this week. This is our way just to shoot the ish. So we'll see you next week, guys. We love you guys. If you have any suggestions of things you want us to talk about, we're down. This is kind of just an open forum, okay? Put it in the comments below. And we'll see you next time. Bye.